Hey everybody, Rob Cootie here of the MLM Solution. How you doing today? Today is Thursday, January 14th. It's currently 11:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is one time that Marie and I have been late. We've had technical difficulties. It's been a challenge at both ends, her computer and mine as well. We got those technical difficulties straightened out, and sometimes these things happen, but we're going to move forward as we always do. Today's subject is a good one, podcast number 113. We're screaming like a race car towards 200. And today's is the value of a good mentor. It's a pretty boring subject, pretty boring title, but I'm going to tell you something. Having a good mentor can be a huge boost to your business building activity and to your success. But on the other hand, if you do not have a good mentor, what do? Where do you go for guidance? How do you go and make this business work? And how do you support for that and more when we take a deep dive into this subject here very shortly. I'm going to get off of here, if you will. As always, please share hashtag TheMLM Solution, hashtag TheMLM Solution with our fellow network marketers all across the globe. They need access to this great information as well. Let's help our fellow human being and allow them access to information that can help change their lives. That being said, let's go ahead and get my ugly mug off of here and get this show.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. How are you? We finally got online.
Yeah, I was going to say, we were doing so well there for a long time. I think we made it through the holidays, maybe the entire month of December. Kicked off this year, we were doing well, and then woof, got bit in the butt by the computer bugs today.
Life said, you know what? I think I'll throw them a wrench today. Yeah, when you spoke, guys, for all of you that know, and as we tell you, we're not going to drag this on. Miss Marie and I do not talk during the week. We do our shows, we line them up, and when 5 minutes till 11 comes, we jump on, and it's really not a smart way to go about it, but we jump on, and more times than not, everything works fine. Well, today it did not. But when she got on and she tried to talk to me, it was like, so it was like, okay, we got a problem.
Yeah,
so anyway, we both
weird with my computer, my microphone. I don't know.
I know it. You know what? Today's crazy. I'm not going to say a word. Who knows?
But hey, you know what? It's the universal solution, right? Turn it off, turn it back on.
There it is. And you did, and I did. So, that was the best way to go about it. I agree. All right, guys. With that being said, before we get started, as you know, TheMLMsolution.net, you get these free gifts, 4 critical mistakes most network marketers make. That is true. Most. I can almost promise you that it's 95, 96%. Why? Because the numbers in network marketing never lie. Most people that fail are failing for one of these 4 reasons. Do not be one of those people. Learn what these mistakes are. Learn how to avoid them if you can. And if you cannot avoid them, if you're already making some of them, learn how to overcome them. The peanut butter to the jelly. In other words, the cohort to the 4 critical mistakes. 5 simple steps to networking success. They go hand in hand. Peanut butter and jelly. They are interchangeable. One works with the other one. You can't have success in this business without both of those documents. And each one of those documents are short, concise, to the point reading, and they come with a video and an audio that not only supplements the information in the ebooks, but takes it to a new level. How can you beat that? And to bring it all together, the Zero to Networking Hero. Get all of those free on our site, FREE, free. Those will be changing in the very near future. Go and get them while you can. All right. Excuse me. All right, Miss Marie. we're ready to go. We're finally ready to talk about this subject. Podcast number 113, the value of a good mentor. It sounds like a boring subject, I know, guys, but believe you me, there's many horror stories out there about not having a good to great mentor. And it doesn't always have to be your sponsor. It doesn't always have to be your upline leadership. We'll talk about that here in a moment. Miss Marie, you got anything to say before we get started?
Well, I think the one thing I really want to lead with is, at least here in the United States, we have a tendency to have a do-it-yourself attitude. We like to be independent. We like to think we can take care of things ourselves. And this is one of the areas where I think people tend to struggle. I don't know if it's the same in different areas of the world because I'm not familiar with all the different cultures, but people do tend to end up doing things the hard way. And I will tell you, I am speaking from experience. I have the hard head. I got to go out. I got to get my hands on. I got to try to do it. And I'm going to fall, fail, be on my face half the time, slide down the hill 15 times. But, it's not about how many times you fall down. It's how many times you get up, right?
That's right.
But this is one of those topics where I think it's really important, especially in the network marketing industry, because there are perceptions out there about how it works, which are very inaccurate. So in order to be successful in this industry, in order to accomplish the level of success that you're after, whether it's income goals, time freedom, notching up your lifestyle, there is a certain path you want to follow. And it's so much easier when you have a guide. I don't know if you've ever been on a hiking excursion, Rob, where you're in an area that's unknown to you. There's an area down in southern Utah. I want to say, it's in the Moab area. I don't remember specifically which park it is, but it's a hike called the Fiery Furnace. And it's amazing rock formations, and it's really beautiful. And you can go in and hike on your own, but they don't necessarily recommend it because the trail itself is marked, but it's kind of hard to follow. And the really unique and interesting things are a little bit off the beaten path. So in order to see those more interesting things, if that's your goal, you actually need a guide to take you and show you the way. Yeah. And that's what we're talking about here today with a mentor. And that's really the value of a good mentor. Fundamentally, is somebody who's familiar with it, can show you the way, can keep you from wandering off the path into the cactus and getting beat up or getting lost and having no idea that you're going in the wrong direction for a long period of time and wasting valuable time. Because again, the most valuable resource we each and every one of us have is time. So I just wanted to throw that out there because a lot of people will hear, the idea of a mentor and it's like, well, I don't really need one. I can figure it out on my own. You absolutely can. But how long will it take you? How many difficulties will you encounter figuring it out on your own where you could save yourself time, effort, money by following a good mentor?
That's right. Absolutely. And I got a few stories of myself, and that was a great story. I did not know that. I know the area you're talking about. I've been there. I have not been on the trails, but I am familiar with the area. It is beautiful. The rock formations outside the whole Moab area is just amazing. Utah has a lot of great rock formations, and it's just fascinating. I've been to the Painted Desert. I've been to the Petrified Forest, the Grand Canyon, and other canyons around there. And I've been down in that part of Utah where you have 5 national parks that to me are just amazing. So I totally get it. And that is a great example of having someone that's knowledgeable that can help you safely navigate a potentially dangerous situation. Now, obviously, network marketing is not a dangerous situation unless you become one of these people that are so wrapped up, you get so enthralled with the business model that you ignore your job, you ignore your family, and you end up in bankruptcy, you're losing everything. There's been many stories like that because people get the bug and they don't know how to control that bug and they won't listen to other people. And like she said, the learning curve is so steep, guys. I'm telling you, you would be a fool to try and do it on your own. Now you say, well, Rob, you're talking about all these stories where Randy Gage and all these other top performers did it on their own. They didn't have a mentor and this and that. Yes, they did. But you have to realize these guys already had the knowledge and the experience. They weren't born with it. They paid the price in the beginning. I can tell you without fail, almost every one of those went through a learning curve. Okay. You just read about and hear about the success side of it. Randy Schroeder was a different animal. He worked on Wall Street, and he was in the top echelon of management on Wall Street. And when he went into the network marketing industry, which is really kind of amazing, he submitted himself, despite the ego he had and the money he had, the prestige he had, he submitted himself to somebody else that knew more than he did. And that's the reason why he just applied his work ethic, Miss Marie. And so he was willing to listen to a mentor like what we're talking about here. Now, that's hard for someone that has that kind of success to say, hey, she knows more than me, I'm going to listen to her. But he did. And he had instant success with his very first company. And the guy's just had an amazing career. Why do I tell you those two stories? Because Randy Gage went the different route. He went the normal route, which is people have a long learning curve. He went through all the trials, the tribulations, trying to learn it on his own. Eventually, he got a mentor. He wised up, said, hey, and, all that experience set them up for the future where they could go to just about any company and be successful, right? So there's many examples. Look at sports, Miss Marie. If you're not willing to allow yourself to have a mentor, chances of you getting to the next level is going to a good mentor. Because look, there's some kids in sports that will listen to a parent or a guardian or somebody, a coach, and those people are giving them bad advice. And those kids never reach their full potential. They never reach the pros because they listen to the wrong people. And that's the reason why we're talking about here the value of a good mentor. I saw that you were going to say something. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to kind of tack on to what you're saying, and again, don't get caught up in the terminology either. Mentor, coach, teacher, whoever is going to be able to help take you to the next level, show you the way, as long as they have the experience, right? It's one of those who can do, those who can't teach. Yeah. Saying, I don't know if you've ever heard that. I don't know that I really like that. I don't really like that saying that much, because those who have done often turn around and start teaching, right? Because they've already been there, done it, and they want to share their knowledge because they want to help the next generation along, or whatever the case may be. But my point there is making sure it's someone solid who truly has experience with the area you're trying to improve in. Not that they're just all talk and fluff, but that they can actually teach you from experience the way to go.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's a great saying. I had forgotten about that until you said that. And it is appropriate, excuse me, in certain cases. There's no doubt. I had failures like other people, and I learned more from my failures than I did from my successes. When things are going good, you tend to stop learning. I don't care what it is you're doing in life. So with that being said, let me say this. A personal example, and this is not about me. This is about an example, a living example of what could happen if you make the wrong choices. In other words, not seeking out a good mentor. And what you talked about, look, we could be your mentors. We're not advocating for that. Okay. Our members area can be your mentor. All right. We're not advocating for that. But where else are you going to go to get the right information, the basics? Where else are you going to go to get this kind of access to this type of and this level of information 24/7? No place else. I would say unequivocally, no place else. I've been doing some research in my spare time. A lot of great sites out there. Very few of them even come close to what we're providing free. But when you get into the members area, it's just mind-boggling. So with that being said, Miss Marie, let me give this example, because I don't want to run out of time here. Look, I've told the story a little bit before. For all of you that are new, just you'll hopefully enjoy and see the value in the story. For those of you that may have heard it before, bear with me. I'll make it short. All right. I was very talented athletically when I was young. Basketball, football. You put a ball in my hands, I was a magician. Let's just say that. As you go up higher uh, in the how would you say, the athletic chain. You start competing against higher level athletes. And to be honest with you, a lot of the people that make it to the NFL or make it to the pros, let me just say that. If you talk to the trainers, if you talk to the assistant coaches, and I've been fortunate to be around a lot of previous pro players here in the Louisville area. A lot of them retire here. And I've got to be friends with a lot of ex-college athletes that didn't make it to the pros, but they were this close. They were on practice squads and all that. So in other words, I've been fortunate to be around basketball, football, and other pro athletes here in the local area. Some of them won Super Bowls. And so the bottom line is I'm very fortunate to have access to those people. And the reason I tell you that is not to throw things around like that, but to let you know, here's what they said. I want this statement to have some credibility. They said the line between people that make it to the NFL and stay in the NFL is this thin. And what do we tell you all the time, Miss Marie? 2 to 3%. It is razor thin. We're teaching you all the things you need to be successful in your decisions. It's razor thin, Miss Marie. We tell them, go for the gusto. Why? Go shoot for the moon. Why? Because you'll end up in the stars, right? Because it's razor thin between making $5,000 a month and $15,000 a month. Why not shoot for the moon and end up in a better place than you had originally planned? Well, guess what? They say that the heart, what is the difference between these guys making it to the pros and staying there? They said the heart, the work ethic, and the heart. There's more talented people that don't make it to the pro level than those that do. Okay, there's those rare occasions where you have those Michael Jordans and all those other special athletes, the Larry Birds that have, Larry Bird outworked people. He was smart and outworked people. Michael Jordan was just gifted all the way around. But I use those examples so that you understand that these people worked their tail ends off, but they had good mentors. Now, back to my story, I was very talented. Miss Marie, I had a terrible attitude when I was younger. I would not listen to anybody. I did not give myself a chance to see if I was a Division III, Division II, Division I player, semi-pro player, or pro player. I never gave myself that chance because of my attitude. I didn't want a mentor. I wanted to learn it on my own. I had pride. You know what I'm saying? And that's a prime example of what you're talking about out there in the Moab area. Get with a tour guide that knows what they're doing. You'll be okay. Guess what? I did not get with a mentor. I did not allow myself. I had plenty of them that tried, but I wouldn't listen. And now I'll go to my grave wondering just how good I was, okay? I knew I was good, but how good? Well, I'll never know, okay? So the bottom line is, guys, you've got to be open to having a mentor. Be a Randy Schroeder, not a Randy Gage. And I'm not saying Randy Gage is bad. I'm saying he just took a different route. He took a tougher route. It took longer, okay? Randy Schroeder, despite his success on Wall Street, was willing to submit himself to somebody that he knew. The good thing is, Miss Marie, is that Randy Schroeder picked a wonderful mentor. Nathan Ricks, I think is his name. I could be wrong. I'd have to look it up. Legendary business builder. And Randy, despite his personality, got a strong personality, submitted himself and just really busted out of the gates and never looked back. So anyway, guys, the value of a good mentor does not have to be your sponsor. It does not have to be your upline leadership. Now, let's talk about that real quick, Miss Marie. I'm not going to dominate this discussion. Look, if you find out that, if you're listening to us, you know what we're about. 5 simple steps, all those things. I'm not going to go down the list. You know what we're about. We teach the basics. You can count on those. Here's the thing. If you get sponsored by somebody that claims to know how to build his business and time goes along and you realize, you know what, I'm following what they're telling me to the T, it's not working. If you have upline leadership that step in and try to help you, and once again, you find out over time, hopefully you don't waste too much time, you find out, I'll be honest with you, 30 days you should know. But here's the thing. You find out, once again, the upline leadership is pretty much promoting what your sponsors been promoting. None of it's working. It is a little bit, but nothing like, you're putting in a lot of work, a lot of time. You're not getting the return you think you should. Guys, you can seek mentorship outside of it's your business, okay? Miss Maria, I don't know if you and I should do an episode. I'll see what you think on whether, like I joined a network marketing company and I have a little bit of experience and I joined today and I sit down and I to myself and say, okay, here we are. We're at the doorstep. You know what? I'm in the starting blocks. It's time for me to get ready. Am I going to seek mentorship? And if so, am I going to use my sponsor and up on leadership? Or am I going to seek mentorship outside of that? I think that'd be a good episode to do something on, where you take a little bit deeper dive, because now we're talking about a good mentor. But what we're talking about here is a business decision that can have a profound effect. In other words, how do they know that this is a good mentor? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure.
Know? Right. Okay, so with that being said, guys, what we're talking about here is that you have to make a determination. If you find out that people that sponsor you in the upline leadership is not cutting it for you, and you're not getting the results that you feel you need to get, it's time to sit back and evaluate where you are and what you want to do. If you like the company, you feel the company is the right one, and it's got real potential, and if they have a good business building system, not a business building system, well, maybe so. I hesitate to say that, because there's a difference between a business building system and them just telling you, get out there and sponsor people, see who's next, right, Ms. Marie? So I'm kind of, as you can see, I'm kind of stuck with what to say here. But anyway, the people that have been in the industry get what I'm trying to say. The bottom line is, guys, you're going to have to make a decision, and you need, we're going to advocate you have a mentor. And the traits of a good mentor is somebody that's calm, somebody that's focused, somebody that has undeniable success behind them. Maybe right now they're building a business and they are willing to share their success numbers with you, not just tell you over the phone. Okay, they could say, because if it was Miss Marie and I, and we had we of course they wouldn't tell us if they were a big shot. But if somebody said, well, how do I know that what you're doing is, working in this and that? If Miss Marie and I had a website that showed with dates and time date stamps so that they could see it's accurate, pin rank advancement, people with pictures of people on stage with checks and all this other stuff and receiving awards, that is a big, big endorsement that, hey, we know what we're doing. Now, some people might say, oh, yeah, but anybody can put that stuff up and get those pictures. I mean, I'm not going to jump through hoops for people like that, but I get it to a certain degree. Here's the thing. You can take a snapshot, Miss Marie. You can log into your back office, and it has all the information there in the back office. You don't have to show anybody's names, right? You can take a picture of your volume. You can take a picture of the date. You can take a picture. It includes your name, everything, doesn't it, Miss Marie? And your ID number. You can take a screenshot and you say, okay, yes, we'll be here. Click and email it to them or text it to them. And guys, it's undeniable. Okay. Now, you shouldn't have to jump through hoops like that. But here's the thing. Every once in a while, you're going to sponsor or be on the verge of sponsoring a big shot who's asking tough questions. We had an episode on this, didn't we, Miss Marie? Where you don't know it. They're not going to come out and say, Miss Marie, I'm Rob Cootie, and I did this and I did that and blah, 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 blah. Rob's going to sit there and listen to her, and he's going to evaluate her approach, her words, her business building system. I'm going to sit there and evaluate everything about her and say, is this somebody that knows what they're doing? I'm not going to tell her who I am. It's irrelevant, number one. Number two, I want to see if she knows what she's doing, because I want to be associated with people that know what they're doing. And there's value in that, and I won't get into that in this episode. But Miss Marie, the bottom line is that sometimes you're going to run into somebody like that. And if I say, well, Miss Marie, how can I really truly know that, you're sharp, you say the right things? How do I know that you're the mentor for me? How do I know that what you're telling me is true? Miss Marie could send a snapshot of her back office, and that quick, bam. Then Rob's like, oh, okay. She definitely knows what she's doing. This is the right sponsor for me. See, the right mentor for me, because she has proven through action and numbers that she knows. Is that not correct?
It is accurate. And one of the things I want to talk about too, in terms of finding a good mentor, well, two things. First of all, I want to say you want a mentor for the next step to move you forward. This isn't a marriage. It's not a lifetime commitment. You don't have to, quote unquote, follow this individual forever, right? You're looking to accomplish a particular purpose. The other thing I want to highlight is the fact that when you find someone who could be a really good mentor for you, you may not actually like them. This may not be somebody you want to go out and have a beer with or hang out with. Let me give you a great example of this. I want to say it was back in 2010, 11, 12, somewhere around there. I was part of a network marketing company, went to the company event. I think we were in San Diego, if I'm not mistaken. And they brought in a speaker to talk about how to talk to people. Essentially, he specialized in human interaction, human communication, those types of things. And during his presentation, he would ask questions, and he would ask very pointed questions to specific people in the audience. And of course, he decided to pick on me because I have one of those super friendly faces. And just our exchange, by the end of it, I was kind of like, what a jerk. And by the end of the day, I was like, I kind of need to hire him, because he rubs me the wrong way. But it's in an area where I knew I needed to improve. And I knew, based on what he had talked about, the things he presented, that he was the one that was going to be able to move me to the next level in my communication skills and some other areas I was looking to work on. Now, my initial reaction, what a jerk. Why would I pay him money and hire him, right? But that's not the point. I wasn't wanting him to be my friend. I was wanting him to help build my skill set and my knowledge so I could attain the next level of success that I was after. So, don't expect your mentor to be, oh, they're there, it's okay, and be nice. I mean, they may be very abrupt with you. They may be very aggressive, assertive. They are looking to push you to that next level of success. And as we've talked about all the time, and I'm sure you've heard it in other places, growth does not happen without discomfort. If you expect to be perfectly comfortable the entire time and still be able to attain that next level of success, it's not going to happen for you. You're going to spin your wheels. You're not going to be able to grow without discomfort, stress, just that feeling that most people don't like to have. And that's why most people do not achieve the level of success that they're capable of. They're not willing to push through that discomfort and just the hardness of it. It goes back to what Rob talked about in terms of sports. When you talk about the people that almost make the pros versus those that do make the pros, it's about resiliency and persistence. You've got to be able to push through.
Yes. Yeah. And you know what? The thing is that she brings up some really good points, guys. And we could beat this subject to death and over and over and over. But here's the bottom line. The value of a good mentor cannot be emphasized enough. We could give you example after example. We could give you all the traits, everything. If you just keep this business simple, and if you understand the value of having a good mentor, you are well on your way. And don't be a Rob. Have an open mind like a Randy Schroeder and submit yourself to somebody that knows what they're doing. We always advocate that you guys go out and check. We don't want to act like we're the only ones that know how to build this business. There are multiple ways to build this business successfully. We feel that ours is the most efficient, most effective, and most profitable. There's no doubt about it. There are other ways. It's going to take more time. It's going to take more effort. It's going to take more money. And there's no guarantee it's going to stay together once you build it. So I don't know about you, Miss Marie. If I'm going to do something, I want to make sure that if I build it, that it's going to stay around a while, especially in network marketing, because the whole reason I build a business in network marketing is to get that residual income that will give me the lifestyle I want. So why would I put all the time and effort into it if I could not get that end result, correct? And one of the greatest traits to look for in a good mentor is, have they ever had that? Have they, it doesn't hurt to ask, have you ever had this lifestyle? Have you ever had a residual income? Have you ever just not had a job and just hung out with your family? Those are tough questions, but here's the bottom line. You have a right to ask those questions, okay? Because once again, you have to understand that people have to know how to make this happen. Look, we've laid it out for you. You go to our videos, and I'm telling you, we gave you exactly with a formula. Exactly. It's called the threshold of profitability. 100 people doing 100 PV per month equals 10,000 group volume. Look at the comp plan. That's a good starting point, right, Miss Marie? What's your goal? To get the 10,000 group volume. What's your number one goal? To get your new people their first check. And that first check will lead to that 10,000 group volume because they realize it works. Okay. Now that's good mentorship. Okay. And we have a proven system. We put it right out there in the open. Why? So that you guys know that we've been there, that we know what we're doing. We know how the system works. We know how the business works. And guess what? That's what you need to look for in a good mentor. Have they done that? Do they have a plan like that? Do they have the ability to show you that if you do A, B, and C, that D is going to be the result? Okay. Those are questions that you have the right to ask to find the good mentor. And once again, look, Miss Marie, I don't know about you, but I did. I hunted down people, veterans, network marketing veterans that had proven success and walked away from the industry for one reason or another, whether they started a business, whether their health forced them, whatever the case may be. Everybody had a different story. But Miss Marie, I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of great network marketing people that did build businesses and residual income machines. And I learned so much from them. And it was really a wonder. I should have wrote a book. I should have taken notes. I should have, because, that was great information, and maybe someday I'll put it down to paper. I remember most of it. Why my mind's still strong, I guess I should. But the point is, you get what I'm saying, though, right, Miss Marie? You understand the value of finding someone. It doesn't always have to be a world-renowned, a recognized name to get your mentorship from. And the proof was in the pudding. And a lot of times these guys said, "Oh yeah, I was a diamond and so and so." And you know what, Miss Marie? A lot of those guys keep their plaques. They keep their award certificates. They keep their pins. I still have my pins and stuff. I don't have all, through my moves. I don't have all of them. I have some of them. The wife's like, "Where's the rest of them?" And I've lost all kinds of shit along the way. But the point is that, I keep those not to show them off. I don't ever bring them out. But every once in a while I'll look at them. It makes me smile, right? It makes me think about those days.
It's a reminder of those experiences, right?
Yeah,
so it's just, it's another opportunity to kind of reflect back, and it's fun to look back and see your successes and potentially build from there as well, right? Because you're looking. Right. I don't know about you, but I look more towards the future than I do the past. Yeah. At least I try to.
I reminisce every once in a while, I'll be honest with you. And you know why I kept the pins? For me. You know what, Miss Marie? When I was building, I was motivated by those pins. I thought it was so cool to be an emerald, a ruby, a diamond. Of course, the other people, there was directs. Golly, I can't remember all the titles. Black diamonds. Every company has a different. I can't remember them all. But, I was motivated by those pins, man. I loved wearing those pins. I thought they were so cool,
Rob likes his bling.
Yeah, that's what it was. But man, that was so freaking awesome. The money, okay, the money was great. I'm not gonna lie, the money was great, but I just love those pins, man. Anyway, if somebody has the pins, Miss Marie, hopefully they didn't buy them at a flea market. Like you can buy the military insignias, the colonels and the captain's bars and majors.
Emmy Awards, Tony Awards.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that if they had the pins and the diplomas, I would venture to say, or certificates, that they were, legitimately a diamond, a ruby, whatever, sapphire, whatever it is they call them. And the thing is that gives you a good indication that person understands how the business works. Okay. But even then, Miss Marie, I would advocate that people listen to those people. If they seek that outside counsel, you have every right to do that. It's your business, it's your future, but come and bounce it off of what we talk about. Remember, these videos are available to you 24/7. If you want to bounce what we teach, the 5 simple steps to networking success, remember those 5 steps are based on what? The basics of the business building process. We've gone through that, right? Miss Marie, You got to talk to people. You got to have leads. I mean, there's nothing about those 5 simple steps that is not true and is not a part of the basics. Okay. So the thing is that you can always come back and bounce it off of these 5 simple steps to see if it measures up. Right, Miss Marie?
Yep, absolutely. And again, that's what we talk about here, right? It's always the good, the bad, and the ugly, but we are always going to give you the truth about the network marketing industry, because we are huge advocates of the industry and what it can do for the average person and help them become an above average success in the industry in terms of income, time freedom, and, leveling up in terms of lifestyle. So please, if you would, like, comment, share across our various social media platforms. You can find us using hashtag #TheMLM-solution. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Register for notifications there by clicking on that bell twice. You'll know when we have new content uploaded. You'll be able to join us live on our podcast broadcasts and interact with us. We always enjoy that. So give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear, understand the points we're making. We love to hear from you. A lot of what we do is oftentimes spurred by questions from you or a request for clarification on something maybe we didn't clarify enough, or we just touched on in an episode and we build a whole nother episode around it. And then finally, be sure to visit TheMLMsolution.net. You've got those 3 free gifts sitting out there that Rob mentioned at the beginning of the show. Go out there, download those. We also have a survey feedback form available, TheMLMsolution.net/survey, where you can reach out and communicate with us as well. So be sure to visit the website, and tons more information out there. Rob spent a lot of time and effort putting together some great information.
Thank you.
So, check it out. Take advantage of it.
All right. Well, with that being said, Miss Marie, tomorrow's episode is going to be what? Freelance Friday. Our favorite day. All right. As you know, guys, join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as we talk all things network marketing, the good, the bad, and yes, even the ugly. As you guys have learned, we will talk about anything network marketing. We don't care how bad it is, because there are people that shy away from the bad parts because they don't want you to know about the bad parts, because they're scared to death you won't join the industry or their business if you know some of the things that we talk about. There are people out there that don't like what we talk about because of the fact that it paints the industry in a bad light. But guess what? Everything has a yin and a yang, the good and the bad. And Miss Marie and I, we were committed from the beginning to expose all of that so that you guys have the right information. We're not afraid of the bad and the ugly side. It's part of life. All right. The bad thing is we talk about it so that you're aware of it so you can avoid it. Right. So that's the reason why we do it. And if other people don't like it, then all I can say is tough doo-doo. All right. With that being said, we're going to hop off of here because we have things to do and places to go. And we hope that all of you have enjoyed today's episode. Once again, join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please, as you can see in the ticker, share our platforms and our shows with our fellow network marketers all across the world. You can do that by using hashtag and promoting hashtag TheMLM-solution, hashtag TheMLM-solution. Remember, guys, we're dependent upon you for growth and helping to get the word out. Thank all you guys that recently subscribed. That is awesome. We're very happy. We are definitely on the roll. There is no doubt about that. And we're very grateful for that. So with that being said, Miss Marie, we're going to hop off of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Hopefully we don't have any bugaboos tomorrow like we did today.
We'll see. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see ya.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLMsolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.